What's going on? Welcome to the Stack. Welcome back if you've been here before. And I know you have, because we've been here for 3 hours. We've got the last modern matchup of the day, and this is an interesting one. This one might be a bit more conversational, because I think this is the deck that we collectively have the least experience playing. You remember Max? He's actually a pretty good pilot of this deck. It's Amulet Titan versus Burn. I'm taking the Burn seat. Item's a bit burnt out, understandably so. We started late, and we've been going for a while, so he's doing us a solid and running the computer for us. So I'm going to pilot Burn. I might not be able to annihilate Hammer Time like you were, but I can at least, I got my opener resolved, and it's 3 lands and 4 spells. And that's if Aiden could get hands like that. That's the magic. If Aiden could get those hands, he'd be winning all his games. That's the magic, yeah. But we got to resolve, I think we resolved openers already, because we were just talking about opening hands in the Amulet Titan deck. But real quick, just a little bit of upkeep stuff before we do wind into the last game. And they will normally be a bit longer than this, but we started late, and we were already at worky, get stuff ready mode like 3 hours before we even started the stream, so bear that in mind. But if you're watching this on Horizons, which is where this gets re-uploaded, let us definitely drop a comment in the comments, which is not something we say unironically a lot. We're looking for feedback on this model. You know, we've been done Commander for the last year and a half.
We know how to do this in the Commander world, but in the when there's 2 players and less cards, turns out it's kind of harder because we want to be able to show more.
This is going to take some expressive iteration.
Comment down below your thoughts and feelings on how the things are set up. Be sure to hit up your local Pandemonium Games stores and hobbies on 6033 Middle Belt Road, Garden City, Michigan 48135.
It is across the street from City Hall and down the road from SoCal.
Same city block as the original Kmart.
Same city block as the original Kmart, and it's approximately an 8.5-minute drive from my house. Figure that out.
Don't figure that out. Don't. If you figure that out, I'm calling the cops. It is across the street from the police station.
It is. It's all right there.
Pandemonium Games and Hobbies is across the street from the police station.
Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, so
who's going first?
We gotta roll some dice, but I think we got openers resolved, right?
Yeah.
All right. My opener looks pretty good. I'll show it to you guys in just a sec. Here we go. Part of the cards.
Guide me.
That's 10. That's pretty 10. Good. Show me a boxcars.
That's 8.
It was almost boxcars.
Almost.
I'll take the play, and then just so everyone knows, Calvin, just look away for a moment. I'm just going to set these down here. You can, it doesn't matter if you look. You know what's happening. I'm keeping this hand of 3 Scalding Tarns and a creature and 3 burn spells. It's just solid. It gives me a turn 1, 2, and 3 play, and on 3 I can double spell. Or I can double action. So this is a fine hand, and the hand does represent a good, solid, chonky 10 points of raw burn damage.
Oh no. Christian's like, wait, 8.5 minutes? We can figure out where it is then.
Oh yeah, you can get a...
Well, you can at least get a radar.
You have no clue how much faster I drive than the speed limit, so we'll start there.
The real trick is not figuring out exactly where it is, but I don't even want to say this next sentence because someone's going to fucking do it. It was in my head as a fucking joke, but you know...
Dox me, Calvin,
yes.
Do it.
It's not dox you, it's dox everyone. I'm going to show everyone my hand.
No.
So same thing to you, Adrian?
Yeah,
because I'm actually on 6. I'm going to put this Tellurian West at the bottom of my library.
That makes sense. I do like this configuration. You've got your Saga, you've already got an Amulet.
Yeah.
2 Amulets is good. Double triggers are a thing.
Double triggers, because it's a trigger, so, you know, that does the good, and I get to drop this turn 1, basically.
Exactly. Mind you, if you get another Amulet off of this, doing things like playing your Gruul Turf, untap it with the first trigger, float 2, untap it, float 2, then put it back in your hand, is insane with cards like Azusa.
Yep.
So it gets brutal. It's really
There's
cool.
things that we get to do. We obviously don't have a fucking primetime in our hand, but you know, sometimes you just don't have the beans. Hey, Adrian.
You have an abundant harvest, so you have some action. It's not like you're doing nothing.
But you won the die roll.
I did win the die roll, so I'm going to not draw this card. I'm going to untap nothing, and I'm going to start my game at 17 life. Scalding Tarn's going to get a Sacred Foundry. I'm going to suspend a Rift Bolt and pass the turn.
I'm already winning. Oh. Well, that kind of changes. That changes nothing. Oh, it changes something, actually. Huh. So, okay. So, I showed everyone my hand, and it turns out I found something that makes things a little different.
I found the Zuza.
No, I found a thing that's telling me to play this basic forest. A Arboreal Grazer.
Grazer.
It enters the battlefield.
Drop another fucking land, buddy.
It enters tap for what that's worth.
So good for you.
But here's a fucking Saga.
No cap, that's insane. Good to go?
Yeah, go.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. Okay, let's do... Lose a life. Here's my Eidolon of the Great Revel, and a pass turn to you.
Man, that's poopy. Take this up to 2. And I'm going to draw.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
And now things are a little different.
Hey. You love to hear it.
So I think what we're going to do is we are going to play Castle Garenbrig.
Hey, you have a forest.
I have a forest, so enters untapped. And so this is we are now looking at burn. We are looking at an Eidolon.
You're staring an Eidolon down the face. Yeah.
I'm wondering how much we're supposed to value this this fucking
Abundant Harvest?
Abundant Harvest or Amulet Vigor.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Now, you'll be able to cheat an Amulet into play if you so choose.
Yeah.
I don't know what another 1-drop artifact is in this deck. I think an Amulet's just coming.
Here's an important thing that you got to remember in this deck. You play Expedition Map, and the reason is because in Burn, you're going to find in your deck at least one copy of Radiant Fountain. Radiant Fountain gets interesting because you have bounce lands. So it allows you to keep your head above water with life gain. So that's a line you got to keep in the back of your mind at all times when you're playing against a deck like Burn. It gains you 2, but with the bounce lands, you can pocket 6 life in some games, which can be the difference between winning and losing the game, right?
Yeah.
Well, my thought is, right now, that I can just have 2 3/3s.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very
having
good.
2 3/3s seems like be a pretty good plan to stop this from hurting me. I could say I could get Expedition Map for that, but no, if I find a Primeval Titan, I can get it that way too.
That's very true.
And
you
then
can also use Primeval Titan to get now here's another line that some people don't know about. You can get Primeval Titan and you can use it to go get Teleria West and a bounce land. Put them both into play, bounce the Teleria West with the bounce land when it comes into play, and transmute it for Summoner's Pact. You can re-up on that play too. You go get a Cultivator Colossus. So once you get a Prime Time, you're cooking with gas.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move to protect my life total because you still have to you hit Searing Blaze this.
Yes.
So go.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
It's poopy stinky to Searing Blaze me, but
Let's go Scowling Tarn as my land for turn, and let's lose a life. Let's go search me up a basic mountain. And then you're at 17, so what's my line here? My line is to tread carefully.
tread lightly.
Let's do... Why don't we... I don't think you can outpace me next turn. I think you have to wait a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to suspend a Rift Bolt. Number 2. And then I think it makes a hell of a lot of sense to fire this off now. How much... You're going to Urza Saga. I'm never going to be able to keep up with the creatures. I'm just not. There's no way. And because of that, I think it makes a lot of sense to just fire off a burn spell at your face and take 2 and have you take a little bit more than 2. That said, I've got 2 2-drop burn spells. I'm not entirely sure how much it matters in the scheme of things which one I fire off. Other than I should probably fire off the higher ROI one first in the event that this game comes down to I'm dead and I only have so much mana left to spend for the rest of the game. So we're going to do one more point. I'll take 2 and I'll Boros Charm you.
13.
And then I'll pass to you.
During your end step, I'm going to make a construct.
That makes sense.
I can have anything be my construct. I can have fucking my... You know what? Construct.
These constructs... Calvin could win without casting another spell here. What Urza Saga does is insane. You can also go get an Expedition Map to, you guessed it, find another Urza Saga.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're gonna untap. We get to draw first? And then this is going to tick up. Now, I have the option of finding or making another construct here.
And then once you find your thing, you're sitting on a pair of 3/3s.
I'm sitting on a pair
and
of
a 0/3 defender, so you're not worried about combat damage after that point.
I think I'm more interested in having the mana.
Okay, so man's got gas in hand.
So I'm going to float the mana. I'm going to let this go away. I'm going to get an Amulet of Vigor.
That makes sense. Comes into play underneath the Eidolon, and he's got 1 colorless floating.
Yep. Now, funny thing, probably shouldn't have shuffled. I'm going to spend it immediately.
Bloop, bloop.
Because I'm going to take 2 here. Amulet.
Amulet. We got a pair of amulets that now we're in stink zone. Which the big stink.
We are in the big stink because now when I drop this Gruul Turf,
Trigger.
You make it trigger.
Yep.
Untap, float. Untap,
Yep.
float.
So untap, float. That's these being used up, and then and now you have 4 mana.
I have 4 mana before this Gruul Turf goes back to my hand.
That's
I
so good.
think the Gruul Turf.
Now you can keep doing this every turn if you don't have another bounce land.
Float. We'll put the forest in my hand because here's the thing. Prime time,
baby. Oh, this is the good stuff. You love to see it.
And there's a Radiant Fountain.
Yep. I was thinking he couldn't do it. I'm holding this Skullcrack, and it's just hard to do the Amulet Titan math when you don't have their hand. You never know when they can just do it, right?
Yeah.
I technically knew Calvin could do it. I knew his Saga was about to go off and that he had an Amulet in hand, but there's no way I'm gonna. That's not what this content is. This content isn't played at the opponent's hand. That was revealed for educational purposes.
So I'll get a Radiant Fountain for sure, and I think Dog. I don't know.
You can get an Urza Saga. You could get a bounce land and put the Radiant Fountain back in your hand.
Oh, actually, an Urza Saga makes so much fucking sense.
Yeah, because you can you'll kill me with tokens way before I'll ever kill you with burn magic at this point.
Wow.
Yep. And you gain 2 life.
Yeah. Also, and it does not enter battlefield tapped under my control, so I do not get to. No, they do enter tap. So I guess I have 6 colorless mana if I wanted.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with it. You want to cut?
No, you're good.
All right.
Here, I'll put your deck back. No, fuck it, I'll cut you.
Here we go.
There we go. Trigger. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Trigger.
There we go. This feels like that felt like the right one to get. And then we get to, you guessed it.
I think you hit me for 3.
3.
Like for sure, because I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna take it. I guess I could block it.
I guess I hit you for 3 now because it's gonna make. This is trample. Make your math hard.
If I block, I can fire these 2 spells off guilt-free and deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage, effectively putting Calvin down to 4.
Tristan asked if Eidolon did its thing.
Oh, he didn't cast any spells.
Eidolon hit me once.
Yeah, he did not cast any spells with CMC 3 or less.
I did 1.
Yeah, he got the 1 off this. But then this came into play off a Saga. Those Sagas
4.
Okay.
And he gained 2 life off the Radiant.
I gained 2. Yeah, I gained 2.
He was down to 11.
All good.
We are good. I think it actually makes a lot of sense to just block here. Good. On tap.
Yeah.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Draw. No, I do believe we die here. Let's do Spike you. And I'm very close, but I don't have all the beans. What I am gonna do is that's 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. This goes to 2. Okay. I'm tap this for green, and I'm going to cast Abundant Harvest, name a non-land.
That makes sense.
Alright, and I just reveal until I reveal a non-land.
Yep.
Summoner's Pact.
Summoner's Pact.
And then the rest of the bottom.
Rest in the bottom, yep.
Okay. Summoner's Pact could do some fucking shit.
You could Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah.
You certainly have the mana. Assuming you have another bounce line. If you don't, maybe not.
I have a Vazuva in my hand.
A Vazuva can copy Gruul Turf.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you could, it would be easy for you to pay the Summoner's Pact, and you could super easy just Summoner's Pact for Colossus, Cultivator Colossus, make 6 mana off your tap land, and just go.
Yeah.
Just fucking absolutely go.
Yeah. You can draw your whole deck, right?
No, so Cultivator Colossus is a single effect, if I remember correctly. So, like, I can't necessarily guarantee it.
You might be able to kill me, actually. That might be stupid.
That's what
Valakut says 5 mountains.
Valakut needs 5 mountains, and I currently have 0.
Right, but you could Summoner's Pact and get your Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
I could get...
Does that math work out?
They call your lands mountains.
Summoner's Pact, Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
And get Valakut.
Oh.
They're not legendary. They'd be mountains.
Yeah, that would be.
That should work.
Yes.
Make sure to read Valakut. Like, here, I'm going to pick your deck up and read Valakut word for word.
Work.
I think it works. Yeah, if you find yours. Yeah, I found it. Valakut enters the battlefield tapped. Whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains. If you Summoner's Pact,
It works for Scape Shift.
You do it right now, and you're going to deal 6 to me, plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You can kill me if you do that.
I mean, okay.
Now, you do have to be concerned about this. I don't know how much it matters, but it is a factor.
Well, for what it's worth, we get to float the red
Yeah.
right now, because like we have the land that'll let us do it. We're going to cast Explore.
Okay.
Draw a card, we get an additional land drop this turn. And what does that additional land drop mean? That means I get to drop this Vesuva in. It'll be a copy of Gruul Turf. It by itself is already coming into play tap, so these are going to trigger, right?
Yeah.
So, we're going to get 4 mana off it, right?
It's coming in as a Gruul Turf, so you're going to have red, red, green, green.
Yeah, I have 3 red, 2 green right now.
3 red, 2 green, yep.
And then, we're going to cast Summoner's Pact.
Yep, Summoner's Pact. Because you have an additional land drop.
Yeah, I have an additional... there's going to be a lot of additional land drops.
And that thing is a 2/4, and it turns out that there's no burn spells that deal 4 damage to a creature.
Yep.
So it's very well protected. I guess I could bolt it, but then I empty my hand, and he's gonna hit me with Prime Time a bunch. We're super fucking dead.
I mean, the other thing that I could just fucking get might be... No, I can't get it Prime Time. I can't get the... That doesn't turn on the thing. No. Anyways, we get Dryad of Elysian Grove, and we're going to go down to 1 green and 1 red.
1 green, 1 red. Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Cast it.
Makes sense.
Ta-da!
Tracks to me.
And
The trick to not forgetting to pay your Summoner's Pact trigger is to not let your opponent survive until the trigger goes off.
Yeah, and then we enter combat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have an additional land drop, right? Yeah, we have an additional land drop, so we can just play this forest for free and still technically have the more mana.
Yeah.
But we get to enter combat and just go...
It's better to save it, though.
It's better to save it. Because you can play a land after combat when you have Valakut set up.
I have...
Just in case.
You have another land, don't you?
Don't I declare what I'm doing my land drop off of?
What?
I have Explore. Explorer's giving me additional land, and Dryad's giving me additional land. I've played 1 land this turn.
Yeah, no, he gets a 3rd land drop. He's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this land drop.
The math checks out. He's good.
Okay.
Dryad gives me this additional land drop. I still have 1 more off the Explorer. Here's the prime time from before enter combat attack.
You may as well attack with this too, right? Because I think. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know that you have the extra land in your hand, so I will Lightning Helix the 3/3 for what it's worth. So I'll gain 3, and that's it.
I mean, either way, like you get to do that either way.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter. But now we've got a primetime trigger on this deck. That's a Valakut and I think that deck plays to get a Valakut. They both enter play, and they both see, because of your Dryad, that you have at least 5 other mountains. So they both trigger twice. No, they don't count themselves. They both trigger once.
Yeah, they're both going to trigger once.
They both trigger once. So just from your land triggers, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from the Primeval Titan, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play land, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ta-da!
Game 1 is in the bag. So yeah, that's actually a very good display of what it is that Amulet Titan can do.
It's right here.
It's right here. It's just absurdity.
Okay, correction. Sorry, I could say it's here in the double Amulet of Vigor, but really it's right here.
Urza Saga added so much to that deck. The deck looked totally different before Urza Saga was printed. It was a totally different ballpark. You were doing different stuff, but the Urza Saga just homogenizes the shit out of that deck. It's actually beautiful. All right, let's see some sideboard stuff. I think that Smash to Smithereens is actually quite good.
Yeah.
I also think that Path to Exile is quite good. I think dealing with a Primeval Titan actually might give me the range I need to not die.
I think having a sideboard is good. Where the fuck?
And then the Deflecting Palm. It's in a purple box, I think. Not that one. It's going to be an emptier one. I don't think Deflecting Palm is where I want to be necessarily.
There's an argument for it because I want to go to prime time.
It can deal as much as 6 damage. And that's, well, there's also Cultivator Colossus. So these are the cards I'm really considering bringing in. I don't think Vortex is for this particular matchup necessarily.
If he's Radiant Founding you, like...
Well, okay, so for me, I like this Hydroid Crisis. It says gain life. You know what else I really like? I like these 2 Obstinate Balos. You wanna know why?
They say gain
They
life.
say gain
They say
life.
gain life.
I really like having more things that say gain life.
I'm key. Are those is knowing you're gonna bring those in a reason to play my
Your what?
the enchantment, the Roiling Vortex, over like Deflecting Palm? I wonder.
No.
You don't think so? I could see that not being the case. Easy. I could easily see that not being the case.
It'd be over Deflecting Palm, and
You don't really want to go to a longer game plan with this deck.
Right.
I can see someone making the
this
argument that you keep bringing Deflecting Palm on the play,
Yeah.
but Roiling on the draw.
Maybe.
Because
Well, I'm on the play, so I'm gonna bring in Palm, and by that logic. The sideboarding for this matchup is super interesting because your deck's actually full of 0/3s. You play 4 of those Arboreal Grazers.
yeah,
And they get in the way, which disincentivizes the shit out of my 1-drops. They become shocks in those cases. What's up?
Rascal King says this is the worst matchup for Burn.
Is it? Hey, perfect! Rascal King is Wayne, and Wayne is a fucking career burn player. Rascal, why don't you sideboard for me? We've got only a partial sideboard. Again, this is thrown together last minute.
sideboard for me too.
Yeah, sideboard. Yeah, figure Calvin's out. I can probably help you figure yours out better than I can figure this out.
Bailoff.
I mean, okay, yeah, I picked out the cards that say life gain, obviously.
But Rascal, I'm thinking the cards I'm thinking I want are Smash to Smithereens, Path to Exile, and Deflecting Palm. And I'm not so high on Roiling Vortex or Sanctifier en-Vec. But what are your thoughts? And what would you bring out for what you bring in? I'm interested in your sideboard plan, Wayne. And then Calvin, what else, can I see the rest of your sideboard, or just lay it out? Let's take a look at what we could possibly do here.
There are 2 Abrades, for what that's worth.
Yeah.
Which, like, someone could make the argument, but I don't know. There are 2 Abundant Growths also. The extra, and there's also this Explore. This is more like get some card advantage, which I don't know if I need. I have a Ghost Quarter here. You
don't want that.
There's a Bojuka Bog. We're not dealing with that either.
That for sure.
Rurik Thar costs way too much,
Yep.
I think, and doesn't. By that point, it might fuck me more. There's a Tireless Tracker, which is kind of interesting. Pact of Negation, Azusa, and Relic Progenitus.
My thinking is that this matchup's good for you. I think this matchup's good for you in a nutshell because of how exclusive you are. My thinking is you only want these 3 cards. I don't think you want to overboard because you can really destroy your deck's game plan.
For what it's worth, unless Wayne comes over and punches me in the dick, I'm just gonna follow that.
Yeah. And then Wayne, does Wayne say anything about the?
No, not yet.
Well, Rascal King, I'll give you another minute. Maybe he left chat. That's possible. But I am interested in Wayne's side. But he could also be frantically typing it because it's probably complicated.
Yeah.
I think, and then for what I'm gonna take out.
What I'm thinking though, yeah, I'm gonna do my takeouts too.
What is man? Yeah, because what are your worst cards in this deck? That's.
I think that Lightning Helix probably is not very good
I don't fucking know.
as a start. I think the Searing Blazes can actually be kind of decent. It provides me with a way to both clear the Arboreal Grazer or Azuzas out of my way, and clean up extra tokens while being able to maintain dealing damage every turn.
I like the Searing Blaze a lot in this matchup.
He says Sideboard is good. He did leave. What's up? Sideboard is good.
He just said Sideboard is good.
Sideboard is good? Yeah, this is what I'm gonna, Wayne, I'm thinking about bringing in Smash to Smithereens, Path to Exile, and Deflecting Swat. And I'm not sure exactly what I want to take out. I think I want to get rid of the Helixes. That's like the first place my head goes, is get rid of the Helixes. I kind of like the Searing Blaze because it can clean up Arboreal Grazers, tokens off of the Urza Saga, Azuzas, things like that, and continue the game plan of dealing damage every turn, which is something I think I'm invested in. But hold for the Lightning Helixes, the takeouts are a little bit weird. Do I want to take out Rift Bolts or Lava Spike effects?
I was thinking Lava Spike because you can't get rid of his low drops.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The Lava Spike just... the Rift Bolt can still target creatures, at least.
He's saying Searings are good to take out.
To take out. I'm going to trust Wayne. He is a burn player. I have absolutely no illusions that I know how to sideboard better with burn than Wayne does. So we'll take out these Blazes. And it might just come down to having the Blaze at the wrong time. It might come down to, ignoring the creatures when you can and just, trying to race the deck, yeah. Because according to Wayne, this matchup's bad, and after the way that game played out, I can see that being the case. The Amulet deck can just turn on this life gain engine out of nowhere. It can just turn it on, and it's wildly good.
All right.
It's wildly good. And maybe these Deflecting Palms just straight up aren't that good. I think I want to try them. That could be what extends me from being able to not being able to put it together to like actually cleaning a game up. So by that metric, maybe I'm supposed to take out like a couple skewers. I could see that being not bad.
A couple skewers isn't terrible.
I'm gonna try that. Let's take out a couple skewers.
Alright, so my brain really fucking hurts trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to take out the Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is really just about getting massive card advantage. Is the key idea, when really I want a creature that says I don't die.
Yeah.
And just hit him.
Yeah, so like this is an easy 1-to-1. And yeah, just the punch face. After that, Hydra Crisis wants to come in. I think I want to take out one of these because this is the worst card to have when you have an Eidolon.
Yeah.
I think. Because it's just basically filler to help. Like you keep it because it makes the hands you keep you mulligan less because it just fills the slot, kinda.
He's saying he would bring out Eddies
Eddies?
because they don't play enough 3 or less drops to be effective.
Oh, I could see that. If
I can see that too. I can't predict it. I think
if I take out all of my I wouldn't have guessed that myself, but it sounds intuitive enough. If I take out Eidolon of the Great Revels, and Wayne is someone we will definitely have coming in-house to play. You see him on the Commander games, but I met him playing Modern. And then I could just keep the Helixes because they hit face.
Yeah.
I could see this just making sense. We're gonna ship this.
we'll pitch for this game a Abundant Grace unless someone yells at me in the fucking chat.
No, I think Abundant Grow's good. Also, there aren't that many Amulet Titan players,
And then like
so there's not many people to yell at you.
A good chunk of the 1 drops.
Yep. They can just like sandbag for forever, it seems like. Because their game plan involves lands, making it somewhat inevitable.
I love it.
This is an Eye Naratovic deck right
Yeah,
here.
it is an editor.
I did used to play some.
Oh, you can switch. While we're shuffling, you can switch the angle.
Yeah. I did play some prime time in that Modern.
Sorry, I also just did my thingy, so I'm gonna mulligan. But yeah, that puts. I think who was on the play for game 1? Me.
Yeah.
I think I rolled 10 and you rolled 8.
Yeah, because
So it's
I
me.
did not get under the Eidolon.
Yeah. So by that logic, that puts you on the play. And yeah, I think we're about to. I have my intuition tells me we're gonna find out how right Wayne is about this matchup being pretty good for the Titan deck. Because the stuff I brought in, none of it like actually lines up amazing. It all makes sense, right? But none of it's like, oh, this card's phenomenal in the matchup. You know what I mean? Where that deck, like, it's already got a pretty good 60, and then it just goes, I'm gonna buy some pieces that if I draw them, I probably can't actually lose the game anymore.
Yep.
You know, and that seems. I would rather be on that side. Like just based off game 1, I'd rather be playing this matchup from that side. Luckily, this is not an incredibly popular deck.
It's not.
Although that could change, you know, especially this year, we're gonna see more paper competitive Magic and stuff, so that could change easily. There's a lot of smart players here, especially, and smart players want to play decks that make them feel smart. This is a 1-lander with a Goblin Guide and a Skewer the Critics, and I'm on the draw. I've got a pair of Boros Charm. I'm gonna keep this hand, chat. And Wayne, tell me what you think, because obviously we can get punished.
I'm just not fucking doing it.
But
It's fast, it's worth it.
This hand does some stuff that I need to be able to do in this matchup, and one of them is simply count to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This, if he attacks me with a Primeval Titan, this hand can count to 20.
Yeah.
So this is what we're here. This is what we're working with, Wayne. I'm showing Wayne specifically because I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna ship it just because Wayne's like it's bad. Because I will trust you if you say it's bad, but I've already decided to keep this hand. But it's a 1-lander, and this is it. This is the white card, in case you were curious.
Yeah.
If I was on the play, I'd consider shipping, but I get to say an extra card. I'm on the draw.
I will.
Oh yeah, it would be a little riskier on the play.
I'll keep this hand, I guess.
Alrighty.
All right. So hear me out.
You got a ship?
I do gotta ship a card. You are right. This fucking
We're used to playing Commander.
yeah.
One of the first ones
I'm
free.
so fucking used to. You know what I don't need is Valcut in my hand.
You can get that later.
Yeah.
And if it's at the bottom of your deck, you'll know where to find it when you prime time, so it'll be great.
This force is actually going to be an Arboreal Grazer, which is actually going to be this, which is actually going to be this. Go.
That feels like I lose the game. Well,
It's fine.
Calvin.
That's a land. That's a thing. That's a guide.
Pass.
Got it, buddy. Draw.
I don't think we like the turn 1 Arboreal Grazer hands. Those feel stinky.
Stinky.
Hey,
Wayne says he would probably keep. Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
for what it's worth, go.
Okay, cut. Draw. Let us play a Scalding Tarn.
Yeah.
Let us suspend a Rift Bolt.
Yeah.
And then let us pass the turn.
Draw. What does that do? That doesn't do enough for me, I think. Though we are kind of in what's known as a poopy stink.
I like the poopy stink.
So, Cynic Growth Chamber, pick up the force, go.
Yay. Untap upkeep. Rift Bolt the Grazer.
That's fine.
Draw for turn. That's kind of an awkward draw.
I don't know.
Let's go to combat and attack you for 2. Trigger the Goblin Guide. You're gonna get a lot of that this matchup. You gonna take 2?
Yeah, I take the 2.
Okay. Then we're just gonna Skewer the Critics you. I'll pass to you.
Tap upkeep, draw. Thinking about my life choices.
Life choices are overrated. Make life nombos.
Making it known I'm in the bone.
Choices are silly. Eat Takis. Fap. You're here to hear first at MTG the Stack. I'm a dirty boy.
He is. You have one. You have 1 mana.
I do.
And transmute.
Transmute makes sense. Want to get a little Summoner's Pact?
I'm gonna get a Radiant Fountain.
That's even better.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Radiant Fountain right now.
He needs the land. I think.
Oh, but
I
he's
need
gonna-
to not. I need to not have that land.
Yeah.
But also, this is just a perfect opportunity to squeeze in this 2 extra life.
He gets the 2 extra life, and the bounce lands in the future are going to allow him to keep resetting it. It's quite good.
Yep.
Good to go.
Yeah.
End of your turn, I am going to fetch. I'm just going to get a tapped Sacred Foundry into play tapped.
Yeah.
I said tapped twice. That means it's double tapped, and it does not untap.
It's exerted.
I've exerted my Sacred Foundry.
Why are there no exert lands yet?
Right. And then I will untap and draw my card for turn.
Adrian's in what is known as the tank.
Attack for 2.
Dude, you fucking get the trigger.
I'm going to pass turn to you.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Or you know what? No, I'm sorry, Calvin. That was a bad line. That was a really bad line of thinking. It's the same thing. You just took 1 more. That was very goofy. Go ahead.
Okay. Now.
For anyone who didn't catch what just happened, I attacked for 2, but then I realized that this is the card I drew for turn. I got locked into a line that was not correct.
Well, now that he's.
Yeah, that's it, Tristan.
Well, now that we see that, you're down to 1 mana again.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I get to play this forest, and I get to play that prime time that you saw before.
Yes.
Alright? Enter the battlefield?
I will respond to the Enter the Battlefield trigger.
Got it.
I'm going to path your Primeval Titan.
Okay. Okay. Well, the path resolves first.
Yep. So you get a basic land and a play tapped.
Yep. Which will be this forest. And then we will do the thing. Well, actually... Wait. Is there a fucking basic mountain in this deck? Probably not, now that I think about it. No. I understand everything now. We still get the
It's a Valakut deck with no basic mountains, Calvin. Get it together.
normal fucking shit.
Normal fucking shit. It's pretty good.
So, this is gonna be funny, right?
Oh, I'm ready.
Obviously, Urza Saga, but here's a Vesuva, it's Radiant Fountain.
You got it. Is that it?
Yes. And Urza Saga is obviously at 1.
Yeah. I'm just gonna draw. I'm going to play this Arid Mesa. I'm gonna fetch now. I will go down to 15. I'm gonna grab a basic mountain. And then Calvin, how many cards do you have in hand? Is it 5 or 6?
5.
5. Let's do, here you go. Let's do this. Let's go, Boros Charm. Trigger. 4, trigger. And go to 8.
Yep.
Pass to you.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Trigger. Oh, fucking K.
It's gonna be great.
How much mana do we have, kids?
Oh, so you could have 80 for all I know. This deck's weird.
Too fucking much mana. That's what's up. Alright. So.
This is also, what this doubles as, for a lot of people who might not know this, is this also just doubles as a crash course for Aiden and Calvin to just play some Modern for the first time in ages.
Yeah.
I'm a little out of practice, but up until the last month, I've played, 1 to 2 times a week. But for these guys, this is a crash course. Luckily, everyone has a history of competitive Magic, so it's at least not that much of a stretch.
So, okay, so we want to bundle this together for a second. I guess for what it's worth, we'll do that.
That makes fucking sense, bro.
Because this is 6 mana right here. This is 3 mana.
That makes a lot of sense, bro. I am straight up afraid for my life.
Yeah.
I am not feeling great, Mr. Krabs.
Okay. We don't have a fucking what's it sticks? An amulet. We don't have an amulet.
That makes me feel really good. You have to wait till next turn to do amulet shenanigans.
Yes. Which does include fucking silly fucking prime time shit.
You gotta love it. You'll love to see it.
I'm at 8.
You're at 8.
You have 3 cards in hand.
I have 3 cards in hand. What's up?
It's bizarre seeing you play something not blue.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Who said that?
I assume Wayne's talking about you.
Oh, is that Wayne? Yes, sorry, Wayne. This isn't my wheelhouse, but I play against all you asshole burn players enough where I think I kinda get it enough.
I mean,
Enough to at least emulate what it looks
you
like.
played with a lot of the cards instead.
Yeah.
While they were in.
Oh yeah, I played all these cards except for Goblin Guy when they were standard legal too.
Basically.
Alright, so I might just be overthinking it right now.
I mean, this is a deck to overthink, in fairness.
So what
This is a very hard deck to play.
So what we're gonna do, is we're just gonna go like basic baby time, Obstinate Baloth.
Obstinate Baloth makes a lot of sense to me. Would you like to gain 4 life?
Fuck yes. And then I am going to drop a Simic Growth Chamber, picking up Radiant Fountain.
That also makes just a lot of sense to me.
Radiant Fountain will come in untapped.
Yes, sir.
And then we're gonna pass the turn.
Why shouldn't I have cake? Untap. Upkeep and draw for turn. Why not spike you, Trigger Pros? Then
So Adrian has 2 mana up. I don't know if he has.
Go.
Well, during your end step,
the guy?
I make the guy.
That makes sense.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. This goes to 3.
You're an Amulet Town.
Thinking if I just want another dude. So I get another dude. That does start to put you off of a combat.
Ever attacking you
Ever
again?
attacking, yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna take the extra dude.
That makes sense. It's So take the dude, get an amulet.
Take the dude.
Got it.
Take the dude, and yeah, we'll get the amulet. So there's a
pair of what are going to wind up being 3/3s.
Yeah.
And then there's one froggy amulet in play.
Then we're gonna play Radiant Fountain as my land for turn.
Gain 2.
Gain 2. And then we are going to ask the undying question.
Resolves.
Resolves. Trigger?
Trigger resolves.
Okay. So we're going to grab this one. And we are going to grab fucking something. We're definitely grabbing a Simic Growth Chamber, I guess. After that, we notice yeah, okay. No, we can't grab a Simic Growth Chamber. We need to grab
Gruul Turf.
Gruul Turf. Gruul Turf and Hangwar Battlements.
Makes sense.
Which Gruul Turf will enter the battlefield, and it has an effect.
Yep. And so does Amulet of Vigor.
We get to float the mana from the Gruul Turf before doing any bouncy stuff.
Because it's on tap, so that's the amulet trigger.
Right. So, there we go.
Red, green.
We have red, green in our mana pool. Thinking about the stuff to get. I think. Yeah, no, we have a little bit more time based on what's in our hand. I think what we're going to do. We have red, green in our mana pool. This is dead. This is definitely dead because I got that. We floated the mana.
Yep, so you get red, green floating still.
Red, green floating. Gruul Turf. Pick up Radiant Fountain.
Makes sense. You've already made your land drop for turn, correct?
Summoner's Pact.
You're going to cast Summoner's Pact?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's good.
Well, actually, it kind of makes more sense right now to just get this one.
Dry to the Elysian Growth, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then tap this here. Draw it.
Mm-hmm.
That there. So now I have another land drop. I can get the red if I have another red source in my hand. I don't feel like it right now.
So gain 2?
Gain 2. Because this has just been resolving. So I feel pretty groovy about just coming in for 4.
4?
I feel like I could go for a haste right now. I don't know how common it is for the deck to play. Here we go.
So,
well, I guess I'll be confusing some people.
Your Titan?
Mm-hmm.
If I got a red source, I could haste my Titan
So
right now.
that'd be 10 coming at him, and then you could get 2 battle cuts, and that would deal 6 each.
How common is Deflecting Palm?
It's a 2 to 3 of in every sideboard.
My Radiant Fountain has been resolving.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I see. I mean, you can play it safe. There's no reason to go for a...
There we go.
And you're attacking for 4?
Attacking for 4.
Block.
Yep.
Obstinate Baloth does not have trample.
Nope.
Anything else?
No pass.
I would like to Boros Charm you. Untap and draw for turn. I would like to pass turn.
On tap. Upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay. Here we, I guess, keep the blue, right?
Right.
There you go. We've paid our Summoner's Pact.
Seems good.
Draw for turn. I'm going to tap here. And I'm going to play Explore.
Explore's fine.
Draw a card. I'm going to tap here. And I'm going to play Explore.
That's fine.
I'll draw. Okay. What can we do from here? First thing that we get to do is we get to drop Gruul Turf, which untaps because of that, and I'm going to pick up Radiant Fountain.
Makes sense.
And now I get to play Radiant Fountain.
I am going to Skullcrack you.
Okay. These are 2 lands. I have 2 Explorers and Dryad. So I have 2 more land drops. Yeah. Which I guess will be these 2 forests.
Sure.
Are you playing attack with Titan? No. Or no?
Now I can.
So why drop the forest now?
Because if he's able to deal lethal to me with Valakuts, he's not going to need to play lands.
Well,
I just figured we could at least bolt to...
let me
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I guess for what it's worth,
You guys-
let me see how much mana do I have here, because this is paired together right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we don't have to play the lands. He's right. Because, no, we have to play 1 land. We'll have to play
You
1
guys
land.
play one?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1 more land drop. Prime time.
Primetime's fine.
Okay.
Valakut. Valakut.
Valakut triggers are on the stack.
Yeah.
I'm going to pat the Exile Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Hey.
Now, for anyone who doesn't understand, what's going to happen is this Dryad's going to be gone. He's going to cease to have any mountains, and then the Valakuts are going to try to count mountains again. They're going to see none. I'm going to take no damage.
Well, you do get a mountain. Or a basic.
He doesn't have basic mountains in that deck.
Oh, you get a basic forest.
He's out.
I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah. However, I think you're still dead. I think. 3, 6. You block here. 3, 6, 12. 18.
Yeah, I'm just super dead anyway. Yep, yeah, we're dead anyway.
Yeah.
The last card I was holding was Deflecting Palm. Trying to set that it was hard.
Ah.
If I drew another land 2 turns ago, I probably could have set up the win. But we didn't quite get it. Alright, game 3. This time I'm on the play again, I believe.
Yep.
Alright, and this is the game 3. This is your last game of the night, and this is going to be the normal Wednesday goings on, for anyone curious.
They'll might start a little sooner.
Yeah.
Than
Typically-
fucking 7
typic-
o'clock.
Will start a little
Typic-
sooner.
Typically 5 is going to be the goal start
Yeah.
time.
We're shooting for 5 once like all these wires and stuff are like actually
There's
permanent.
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
You don't want to look at what's behind the camera right now.
No. No,
No.
you don't want to look back there at all. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that was stinky. The Obstinate Baloth really did all the work there. Because creating that blocker saved you 2 life and you gained 4. You ended that
Yep.
game at 6.
Yes.
So that just did so much heavy lifting that matchup.
Obstinate Baloth has a big butt.
And I didn't draw the Skullcrack till about 2 turns too late.
Whee!
I'm going to try something.
Oh shit. He's on the thought.
I'm going to try something.
You thought. Here we go. Oh, we can do a cut. I want to think about my life choices. Where did I go wrong? Oh, I remember.
Waking up? Was it waking up this
I was
morning?
waking up
Calvin?
this morning.
I was waking up inside.
Wake me up. I can't find my peanut butter. I can't find it. I need to make a sandwich.
Call my name and sandwich from my buns. We're kind of there.
All right, let's do it.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is a keep.
This is not.
All right,
There's no
tight.
This is a 4, so it would have been a keep, but you know.
All right, here's I'll show the nice people in my hand. Here's this part of the
Good
hand.
night, cat.
And then here's this part of my hand.
You want to do something? Ah, fuck. I'm gonna look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's a keep. I'm gonna ship 1.
You sure do.
Probably not any of these, whatchamfucking call them lands. I guess it's, this. We don't need this. I guess.
Ready to go?
Yeah. We're shipping Summoner's Pact, just so everyone's aware.
Let's just suspend a Rift Bolt and pass to you.
That sounds fine. I'm gonna play Urza Saga in an Amulet of Vigor.
On tap, take 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna smash the Smithereens, your amulet.
Yep.
Take 3, pass turn.
On tap, upkeep, draw.
Yep.
Is this the game?
I mean, it's a game where I smash, but so that's pretty good naturally.
Smash!
This is at 2.
That means his Urza Saga has little to no chance of actually making anything.
Yeah.
It's a little
If he
poopy
does,
sticky.
it's
This Vesuva is a Urza Saga? Does that
Ooh,
work?
That makes sense.
I think that
It
works.
kills itself?
It's not a... Does it kill itself?
I believe so.
Well, it has to copy the Saga subtype.
I don't know how Vesuva and Saga works.
Can you copy Urza Saga with Vesuva, is what
That's
I'm
a
about to
weird
Google.
one.
Can Vesuva copy Urza?
It should copy all the subtypes.
Saga. I would assume you're right, but I'm gonna check anyway.
The only thing it might not copy would be basic. But like if Mirror Maid will copy Enchantment Dash Aura.
Right. Right. This means there's just a number of lore counters on a saga is permanent. The number of lore counters on a saga permanent is greater than or equal to its final chapter number, and it isn't the source of a chapter ability that is triggered but not yet left the stack. The saga's choice sacrifices it. So this ability with the 3rd chapter on the stack, you copy another land. My question is, yeah, okay, that's the question.
It would only kill itself if it has more lore counters than.
Should be fine.
It should be fine.
Jones boy.
I think I'm gonna trust Jones Boy. I think this seems above board to me.
And then
Adam-
Law Light, I think, sends some.
At a minimum.
MTG that Evanescence.
At a minimum, the reason why Blood Moon would kill Urza Saga is because it doesn't lose the saga, but it loses all of these chapters.
Right.
So it will have more lore counters than the number of chapters. Therefore, dead.
Yeah.
The saga is the thing that would kill
Right.
the Urza Saga.
Do you have anything else?
No go.
Let's draw. Let's play a Sunbaked Canyon.
It looks like Law Light clipped something for you guys.
Oh dear.
Hecky.
Titled MTG the Evanescence.
Oh
What?
dear.
The fuck.
You're gonna love the way you look. I'm gonna pop this Sunbaked Canyon.
Yep.
Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. These go up 3 to 2. I see my draw step, so now I'm going to think about this for a second. What do I want here? Obviously, I can't make a guy. So no matter what, this is going to float with mana. I think what I want is an amulet.
I don't see a lot of worlds where it's not an amulet.
There was a world where it was an expedition map. Here's an amulet. From there, we are floating the mana. Wanna cut?
No, you're good.
And we need to play this Yavimaya.
Yeah. I'm an Aya deck.
Because that will do the thing I need right now. With the floating mana, we get to play Explore.
That's fine.
And draw a card. get an additional land drop. I am then... I guess I will just play the Cynic Growth Chamber, which gets untapped by the Amulet, and I will pick up Yavimaya. Depends on whether or not I want dudes. And I feel like I want a dude. It's just if I pick up the Yavimaya, I'm actually lower on mana, which can bite me in the butt. No, this will be correct. This will be correct. Chat will see later. Pass.
Okay. Bolt you
I got techie stuff in my hand.
on tap. Keep draw.
Techie. I'm a tech wizard. I do the techie stuff. That's why there's so much technology in this techie basement. That's the T for the tech.
Goblin guy.
That's the goblin guy. Bless.
Combat.
Yeah. Trigger. Add it to my hand. I make the dude.
Bolt it.
Yep. So I take 2?
Take 2.
Yep.
Main phase 2. Skewer you for 3.
Yep.
And then that will be it. Go ahead.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. This goes to 3 as a saga, which is going to kill it. We float the mana. Hear me out. Hear me out now.
I'm gonna listen.
It's an amulet.
It's an amulet. Ammy time. Come on and grab your friends. We'll go to very amulet lands. With amulets and amulets, help. I need help. Help me. Help.
You need help.
Help me.
This is not going to be good. You are in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to play Gruul Turf.
Yep, you make 4 mana.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yeah, it makes 4, and then I gotta pick something up. 5, 6. Primeval Titan.
Good.
Oh.
Primeval Titan is going to enter the battlefield. And we are going to get Cynic Growth Chamber and Cynic Growth Chamber.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Trigger.
Yeah. So it's 8 in total.
Yep.
We'll pick these up. So we have 8.
Cultivator.
Primeval Titan.
Sure.
Wait, can you do this?
Yes. The Primeval Titan is going to bring them into play tapped, and that's what triggers the
Amulet's
amulet.
gonna untap them.
And I get to order the triggers.
Yeah, but at what point during, are you in combat still?
He's not. He's in his main phase. He just cast a Primeval Titan.
Right. It's just, oh, he cast it. He didn't attack.
That's
it.
a cast
I thought he
trigger. It's
attacked
a
it.
cast. The Titans do it on cast and
Yeah,
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it all. Do it all, buddy.
You can do it all. God damn.
So we have
Back.
2 mana floating. So we get to get this.
Sure.
This time. Don't need to shuffle it yet. They enter the play tapped, and then trigger, untap. So untap the first time. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 5. Now these untap again. 6, 7. Right? Spend a red.
Okay.
Right? This one has haste.
Sure. Trigger the Gruul Turf.
Yeah, and now we gotta pick something up. I mean, I guess it'll be this for right now. We have, so this one has haste. And we have 6 mana. Option and Bailoff.
Sure.
God damn.
Yeah.
Just vomiting.
Yeah, that's what this deck does. It's insane. This deck's bad matchup is Counterspell.
Yeah.
And then we will enter combat.
Yep, no blocks.
Take 6.
Do they cavern?
They can. Some decks will play 1.
Yeah.
It's not incredibly effective. A lot of the Counterspell decks are also spreading Seas decks.
Right.
So they can do some bouncy stuff, but it gets weird. The blue-white decks are also incredibly good at just dealing with Amulet. Prismatic Ending is the hell of a Magic the Gathering card, yep.
Alright. So we're going to get Gruul Turf and Radiant Fountain. We're in the middle of combat, so there's actually nothing we get to do with this.
Nope, you just got a Gruul Turf trigger.
I get a Gruul Turf trigger. Go.
Untap. Draw for turn.
Oh, I guess I gotta discard for turn. So I have 8 cards in my hand. And it's gonna be this fucking Cynic Growth Chamber.
Block that, so... Smash to Smithereens. Pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep draw. Alright, we're gonna play Radiant Fountain. Game 2. And then we are going to tap this for green.
Green.
We're gonna play Arboreal Grazer.
Sure. You have a red floating.
I have a red floating. Mana is I'm gonna do a thing where I put a land into play.
Yep.
And just play tap because of this. This untaps it. So we have a red floating. Just pair that right there. And then we're gonna tap here. We're gonna play Option and Bailoff.
Yep, game 4.
Oh.
And we still have that red.
Haste.
Option and
Good.
Bailoff with haste.
Once again, I would like to show you that the last card in my hand is in fact a deflecting swat. Ooh, this is gonna be huge. Yep, that's the sauce. That's the McWin sauce right there. Holy shit. Yeah, that's Amulet Titan. Everybody, play that fucking deck.
I see why Wayne hates the matchup.
That was very stinky.
This is
It
very
can be
stinky.
Very difficult.
Get a strong start.
Yeah, no, the hand. I was pleased with the hand. I was even pleased with the way I drew.
Yeah.
Like I can't really complain a lot about how my draws went and how the game went in general. It just you get got.
It's
Amulet Titan is it is like the bane of fair decks.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I'm sorry, you wanted to like hang out on the board and like pay attention to weird stuff like my life total. That's weird. That's a weird call. Oy vey. All right, guys, that's definitely gonna be it for tonight. We got another release coming Wednesday. Hey, patrons, you guys are still in here. I see you. Tomorrow is the patron games, so be prepared for that. Mind you, it might start a little late depending. We've got, because of this, there's more time being purchased from our catalog of time. So, and there's more work for, like I have plenty of work to do tomorrow, and including but not limited to dealing with all of this that we just did today. And editing and rebound, and did you know this is a busy job? So bear that in mind. But what I did, by the way, was I brought in 2 Roiling Vortexes and took out my Helixes. I was looking at all of the repeatable life gain, and I thought, you know, a Vortex is actually probably better than a Skullcrack. And I think that's the case. Looking at the amount of repeatable card draw, it's actually just absurd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's another Vortex in here. So yeah, kind of wild. But we will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be here tomorrow. But Calvin's gonna be here, and I'm gonna be at my house because we're gonna be doing patron games with patrons.
It's called Spell Table. It's a funny little program that has terrible netcode.
Yeah, it sure does. And if you want to play, you got to be a patron. So if you want to play with us live on Spell Table, you've got to be a patron. And if you're not, sucks to suck. And if you are, I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all we have for you. Do you know where the outro screen is?
Yes, but first,
probably find
Jones Boy says one of the link to playmats. Not sure if you know the links you have for the mats on your YouTube videos don't work.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Those are defunct.
Okay.
Those are your playmat stuff is like we don't sell those anymore.
The stack outro right here.
Oh,
It's
well,
not
that...
good,
Hey, that's a kind of convenient, actually.
It's very convenient. It's very convenient because you may know. Keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be some cool stuff for sale that I think we're really happy.
Because if you look at this right here, you can't get this right now.
Don't even look at this. Don't even look at this. This isn't even the big thing. There's going to be other things. This is
Oh my god. The reason why you see this right now is because it is not the most exciting thing. It is actually the least exciting thing.
It is by a long shot the least exciting thing. So you guys, I'm gonna go home. It's been a snowstorm outside, so that's if I can even get my car, get to my car. Is that it? Is that it? Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always,
I will see you. He will see you. They will.